So welcome and thank you for your support of the Rumsey Hall Theater Department. We have 61 students in this play. Another round of applause, right? It's pretty exciting. Anyway, this is the Taming of Larue. It's a parody of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew, set in California Gold Rush during the Western late 1800s, from the Gold Rush to the late 1800s, and set in a little town of Padua. You may remember, if you've read Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, that in Italy it was Padua as well. So that's the name of the town, and there's a lot of things that happen. There's a lot of gossip because there's a woman sheriff. Oh, my goodness, can you even imagine during the 1800s? So there's a lot of gossip that surrounds that, and Bobcat Larue, Kate's father, has declared that he wants to marry off his daughters, of course, and the eldest, Kate, who's a little rough around the edges, has to be married first, okay? But it is debatable whether her bossy nature, as they call it, is an asset or is a negative, and I think you'll understand that as you watch it. Anyway, I'm so excited to have you, and the kids have worked unbelievably hard. Just costuming 61 students in this play was enough of a job. It was like that was part of the business. Thank you all so much for your support. I'm going to bring the house lights down and enjoy The Taming of Larue.
Me too. Let's play something else.
We should go catch crawdads down by the creek.
Nah, we did that yesterday. Can you believe I'm sleeping in the middle of such a beautiful day?
Wait a minute. I've got an idea. I've got feathers and they've got noses.
Doggone kids, always playing jokes.
Yeah, and I was just beginning to have the most beautiful dream. I finally found the lost Dutchman's mine. I was rich, I tell you, rich. Gold nuggets everywhere.
Enough about them nonsense gold dust. Right now, we have to go to sheriff about those pesky old young'uns. Those ornery kids are getting way too big for their britches. It's high time they stop their tricks and shenanigans. And that new sheriff has a barrel full of strict rules for everyone else in the town.
Yeah, it's getting downright boring around these here parts. Too many rules. No firearms, no cussing.
No spitting, no loud music, no card games.
Hey, we're still allowed to play Go Fish.
That new sheriff is really cleaning up this town.
Speaking of cleaning up, ain't it about time for you to take your monthly bath, Stinky?
What you talking about, gold dust? I don't take my monthly bath till next week.
Of course. I sure do enjoy the occasional peppermint candy stick.
Yep, goes to right. Spicy and scrumptious.
I'd have to say, crunchy and sweet. Why, thank you for thinking of us. Halt! Cease, desist, and stop. I, Deputy Joe, am placing you three varmints under arrest for wanton littering and debeautifying our fair town of New Padua.
Golly, Joe, the sheriff's nowhere in sight. Let us off just this once.
Sorry, fellas, no can do. Rules is rules. After all, we got a reputation to live up to. Here in New Padua, we are polite and civilized. I'm civilized. Are you calling me uncivilized? We're just not for all this polite stuff came along.
If we say please, will you let us go?
Pretty please with sugar on it.
No. Gentlemen, come with me peaceably, or I'll have no choice but to inform the sheriff that you three varmints tried to sweet-talk an officer of the law.
No, we didn't. Come on.
Right, come on.
Let us all.
Go to jail, settle up your time for us here.
Miss Lucretia, have you heard the latest?
Do tell, Miss Ophelia.
Yes, do tell. Oh, please, do tell. I don't know why anyone cares what's going on in this town. When down the mountain, the boys found a whole wall of quartz crystal while digging for gold, and...
Miss Sarah Jane, don't start talking about rocks again. Go on, Miss Ophelia, do tell.
You know that Bobcat Larue is the richest man in town? Mm-hmm. And you know he has 2 daughters?
Oh yes, Bobcat's younger daughter is the lovely, sweet Bianca. Everyone knows Miss Bianca is quiet, thoughtful, modest, and kind. The perfect young lady.
But Bianca's older sister is another story altogether. Everyone knows Kate is loud, rude, bossy.
But Kate's a sheriff and she has to tell people what to do. Yeah, like one time you could tell me what to do with a mercantile. You weren't bossy then. Of course I was. I mean, if you want me to be bossy, I can be bossy. Like when those boys were bothering us the other day. Oh, you were bossy then, in a good way.
I happen to agree with them. Kate knows how to run this town. I'm sure there's not one of us that would like to take that on. But with the cowboys and the miners and the... Oh, and you stay up. If you boys think you can come into my store and swipe a piece of candy, you better be ready to scrub floors for a week if and I catch you.
I was in the middle of measuring you varmints. You don't have that count, you young whippersnappers.
That's right. Miss Applebaum won't take your silliness, and don't come back or I'll chase you down myself.
Oh,
You might have to agree with me, ladies. Now, as I was saying, Bobcat LaRue has decided that it's time that both of his daughters should be married. Not only that, but he's decided that Kate, loudmouth Kate, has to be married before sweet Miss Bianca.
Rough Kate must be married before gentle Bianca? Kate? I heard you indulge us in fisticuffs. Fisticuffs? Why, yes, Miss Louisa. That's what fisticuffs is. Using your fists.
Oh yes, Kate has a wonderful uppercut and an amazing dodge.
Really, Miss Ophelia?
Oh my goodness. I do apologize, Miss Lucretia. This whole ruckus has my mind in a muddle.
That's understandable. Please, do go on with your fascinating news.
Now, where was I? Oh yes, you haven't heard the most shocking thing yet. Bobcat LaRue has offered to give a dowry of 1,000 gold nuggets to any man who will marry Kate.
1,000 gold nuggets to marry Kate? No way!
What makes you think Kate LaRue cares 2 cents about marrying any of your type? I mean, why should anyone get to choose to marry Kate just because she says so, and then get paid for it? Don't you see there's something wrong with auctioning us off like we're horses?
Maybe we are being hasty in our judgment of Miss Bianca. I mean, she has worked very hard for our town. Maybe underneath her obnoxious exterior there beats a sweet and gentle heart.
Nobody's listening to me. Are we supposed to be sweet and gentle to get the last of them to like them to take notion of us?
Maybe she's got a point.
I think Miss Sarah Jane can understand Kate because she's a little bossy too. Quite right, Miss Charlotte. That's enough for me. I wonder if there's even one fella in this whole territory that can stand up to Kate LaRue. Not one. Ladies, we must hurry or we'll be late for our auxiliary meeting. That'll never do. After all, we are the founding members of the PIP. Come on, ladies.
PIP. Did Miss Ophelia just say them ladies are the founding members of PIP? Yeah, what intonation is that? You have got to stop taking so many naps, Goldust, so you can listen and keep up with current events. PIP. P period I period P period. Stands for Politeness in Padua. Miss Ophelia and Miss Lucretia form the PIP Auxiliary Committee. Them ladies are the ones that got the sheriff in an uproar over everyone's lack of good manners.
I don't much like the sound of that new PIP Ladies Club, but I sure do like the look at that Miss Ophelia. She's as pretty as a pink piggy in a dust wallet.
Sounds like the stage just arrived up the hill.
More city slickers? This town's getting too crowded.
Stinky, if you don't take your monthly bath soon, you don't have to worry about being crowded.
All right, girls. We only have a few minutes before the ladies' auxiliary realizes their young quilters aren't coming. So let's all settle down and listen to Miss Sarah Jane.
Miss Sarah Jane, do we really get to keep our rocks? Diamond, can I see yours?
I'm keeping mine, even though I know it's not a real diamond, just a quartz, like a quartz. But Miss Sarah Jane said it just shines as bright as a diamond like it always shines.
Why, of course you can keep them. I told each and every one of you I was going to give you a beautiful shiny stone that looked just like those pretty faces. And that's my nickname for you. There's so many wonderful rocks down at the creek, and it's much more exciting to dig for those rocks than work on those ornate quilting squares.
I know. I still have a big hole in my finger from where the needle stabbed last week. My mama was so mad that my pretty white square had red blood covered all over it.
Well, I'm pretty good at quilting, but what I really want to find is one of those gold nuggets. How come only the boys get to do the pendant?
I know. My brother Johnny was bragging all last week that he found gold. But you know what? I just laughed because Miss Sarah Jane showed us, and since we could learn about rock, I knew it was only pyrite. Fool's gold, they call it, but I let him think he was going to be rich.
Can't be paying for gold, Miss Sarah Jane. I saw one of those new wooden spinners over at the market town, and I'd sure love to buy. I already have stock, but he said it's not through the tools. We don't need it.
You're in luck. Miss Sarah Jane came to me to find you a nice tucked away place down at the new mine so that you can try your hand digging for gold, just like all the boys. I've already arranged to get you some tin pans and maybe a few pants so that you don't mess up your pretty pantaloons.
I don't want to wear pantaloons anyway. Can't we have pants like a real miner? Then we wouldn't have to wash them every day and use that hot iron. Why every time I take it off the ashes, I'm scared I'm going to catch my dress on fire. Mama says I get better as I get older. Can we have some dirty pants where I don't have to iron?
That is a fine idea. Well, I don't take kindly to wearing pantaloons either.
Well, I don't think that's going to keep you young ladies from helping your mom out with the lunch. But I'll get us something to wear when we're knee-deep in the creek. Thank you so much for helping the girls. They're really good at identifying rocks. And who knows, they may discover the next big gold nugget at Padua.
Yay! I found this out in the bar. We can use it for digging.
No wonder you were getting her dress. That's kind of scary.
Wow, it's like, wow, where did you even get that? It's like Papa's digger.
I'm not scared of that. I'm sort of scared of it.
Me too.
Now, hold on, girls. I'll take care of any tools you need. All right, let's go find some gold.
Yeah!
Yeehaw!
So this is New Padua. It certainly is a dusty, backwards little town. I'm glad we're just passing through on our way to Phoenix. I think the next stagecoach is due soon.
Larry, I know you're mighty eager to get back to the ranch after being away at school for 3 years, but I'm all tuckered out from our travels. Couldn't we rest here until tomorrow? I reckon you could wait one more day to take over your daddy's cattle ranch.
No, Aunt Theo, I guess we could take a little break before we get back on that coach. Let's see if this little town has a hotel.
Beautiful, Miss Bianca. Your eyes are like your eyes are like two shining stars.
Sweet Miss Bianca, I say your eyes are like two exploding suns. That's hogwash, Horace. Miss Bianca's eyes like exploding moons. Moons? You don't know what you're talking about. It's obvious Miss Bianca should marry me. Why, you lily-livered, she should marry me.
Hogwash. She's not gonna marry neither one of you. I told her her eyes are like stars. I'm the one she's gonna marry. Charlie Wilkins, Gus Gizzard, and Horace Feathers. You no good to argue over my daughter Bianca. She will not marry either one of you or anyone else until her older sister is wed. Father, if you listen to my old daughter Kate, you have my permission to follow around with presents and flowers. No, thank you, Bobcat. Kate's too tough for me. How about you, Horace?
I'd rather kiss a slimy salamander. Yeah, I would have married Kate LaRue if you...
If you what? It's Kate LaRue! You wouldn't marry me. How dare you think I would consider standing next to one of you sorry, slithering, cowardly critters. Father, what are you trying to do to me? I have no intention of getting married, much less to any of these fools.
Fools? Who are you calling fools?
I'm calling the three of you fools. Now get out of my way. And I don't want to hear you say one word about getting married to my sister Bianca. None of you could ever deserve her. And you just want Bobcat LaRue's money anyway. If I even see you walk next to her, I'll arrest you myself.
Here's some amusement. I like this girl. Though I'm sure her father won't be holding a wedding anytime soon for his youngest daughter.
Now, Kate, it's all right. I wouldn't consider any of them anyway, so you don't have to worry. But I appreciate you looking out for me.
The lovely Miss Bianca. What an angel. What a vision. Her father. I've got to talk to her father.
Gents, my mind is made up. Nobody's going to court my daughter Bianca until Kate is married. In the meantime, I'll hire a tutor for Bianca to finish her studies in poetry and music. That should keep her happy. If anyone knows of a tutor, send him or her to me. I'll pay handsomely.
A fine thing? How can he possibly?
Kate, it's okay. We must respect his wishes. For now, my books will keep me company. Maybe Father will let me open a schoolhouse here, since there are so many new families that have come for the mining. I know those children can learn. We just need someplace to meet. That old barn is too broken down for a real schoolhouse.
A new schoolhouse. That's a great idea. I've got a friend over in Placerville. Just might be able to get it up and running.
Listen, Aunt Theo, doesn't lovely Miss Bianca have the most wondrous voice in all the world? Her speech is like sweet music.
Larry, what in tarnation has gotten into you? Have you been standing out in the hot sun for too long? Didn't you just hear what her father said? And we're leaving tomorrow. Since when do you want to spend any time in a little town like this? Larry? Larry? He's a goner for sure. He lost his heart and his good sense. Larry, can you really be sweet on Miss Bianca so quickly?
What a wonderful, terrible feeling.
I told your daddy that that fancy university is gonna turn your brains to mush.
I must win Miss Bianca's heart.
Bobcat LaRue won't even let you anywhere near Bianca. You might as well forget all about that little lady. It's hopeless.
My only wish is to win her affection. Everyone in this town. Oh, I know what I can do. I shall apply to be her tutor. Luckily, I have my diplomas and credentials right here with me.
Hold on. You can't do that. Everyone in this territory has heard of your daddy and his enormous cattle ranch. If Bobcat finds out who you are, he'll know that you're not a teacher, and he will never let you anywhere near Miss Bianca. Your only hope is to be patient and wait after Kate is married, then you can court Bianca.
Wait until Kate is married? That could be never. I've got to try my plan to get close to Miss Bianca. Pardon me, I couldn't help overhearing. May I be so bold as to offer my services as a tutor for this young lady? My name is, Lawrence. Yes, that's it, Stetson. Like the hat, Lawrence Stetson. I recently graduated with honors from a prestigious Eastern university. May I be so bold as to offer my services for this young lady?
What's your name again?
Stetson, Lawrence Stetson.
And just where did you say you were from?
Bobcat, do you always have your daughter do your interviewings for you?
Sure, it's one of the sheriff's duties.
You, Kate LaRue, are the sheriff? A woman?
You lily-livered brother of a Gila monster! Do you have a problem with that?
No. Oh, me? No, absolutely not. It's great. It's terrific. It's unusual.
I'm sure you won't mind if I check out your credentials. It'll only take 4 to 5 days by telegraph to verify the facts. Until then, see that you mind your manners, or you'll have to reckon with me.
We better hightail it out of this town. The sheriff is gonna check up on you and find out that Lawrence Stetson doesn't really exist. I shudder to think what Sheriff Kate LaRue might do to you then.
Don't worry, Aunt Theo. We've got 4 or 5 weeks before anyone will find out the truth. All I need is a few short minutes with Miss Bianca.
Howdy, I'm Pete Johnson.
Pleased to meet you. Call me Aunt Thea.
And I'm Larry, Lawrence Stetson.
Stetson, huh? Like the hat? Quite a coincidence. Well, Mr. Stetson, I happen to overhear you're a school teacher. A mighty fine and noble calling, yes sirree.
And what line of work are you in, Mr. Johnson?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Stetson. I'm actually a traveling salesman. Perhaps you've heard of my product. Lydia Lawson's Liquid Elixir. For lumbago, liver spots, chapped lips, and broken hearts.
Golly, that sounds like some good stuff. Does it really work?
You bet, or triple your money back.
I think I'll purchase a bottle or two.
Great. You two seem to be passing through town just like me.
Actually, we're going to stay a while.
Say, what does a fella do for fun in a quiet little town like this?
I don't know about most fellas, but I'm set on winning the heart of the most beautiful, fascinating lady in town.
You mean Kate LaRue, the sheriff?
Kate LaRue.
Actually, I wasn't kidding. Kate's got style. I like your spirit.
Say, Pete, do you really think Kate's that special?
Sure do. I was watching how she handled it with those cowboys earlier and then helped her sister. Kate's got grit, that's for sure. A mighty fine and attractive quality in a lady.
Then, Pete, let's go talk about it in the saloon. I'll even purchase us a round of sarsaparillas.
So you see, the trick is making sure that you don't let the other players know what kind of cards you have. Then, when you're ready to place your bet, keep a complete blank stare. Since you don't want the other players to know you have a winning hand, because they might not put their money down. They might fold and.
What do you mean by fold? Mama just gave me this deck of cards and I don't want anybody to bet them. Johnny, did you ever bring back down by the creek? You don't know anything about poker. You don't fold the actual cards, dummy. It means you don't want to let other people know how good your hand is. Otherwise, they will join the game and they won't put down their money. When you're dealing the cards and someone doesn't want to play that hand, they fold. And if you've been bluffing and having a straight flush where you can make a big pot of folds, you don't want anyone to fold. I have no idea what she's talking about.
I think she's making that up.
A straight flush? What does that even mean?
Now hold on. Miss Allen is a dealer. Now hold on. Miss Allen is the best young poker player I've ever played with. I played with her daddy, and after he was gone from this earth, God rest his soul, Miss Allen spent a lot of time quilting with the ladies' auxiliary and playing poker with me. And furthermore, everything she just said is absolutely true.
How about we play blackjack? I think we ought to use that one in our last lessons.
All right, let's see how you do. Miss Allen?
Now, look at me with a straight face. Don't let me know what's in your hands and ask me to hit you. But I don't want you to hit me. You just have to fight. That's just the way it is.
No, Miss Allen's a dealer. This is blackjack, boys. You don't say, "Can I have another card, pretty please?" You say, "Hit me."
I'm going back to my quilting. Being a poker player is hard work. Let's go catch frogs down at the creek. Yeah.
How'd you get your name anyway, Sam the Snake?
I can answer that. He's fast and deadly. I'm just teasing, boys. Sam here has the biggest heart, and he's really good with the youngins. One time, a black snake nearly scared his horse half to death. Sam here didn't have the heart to kill it, so he carried around his knapsack for weeks. The name just stuck after that.
Wow. I'm scared of snakes. Well, I am.
Thanks, Sam, for sending word out to Deputy over in Placerville. We're expecting the school teacher to pay us a visit any minute now. It's high time Padua had a decent school.
You're welcome, Miss Kate. I'm happy to do anything for my favorite sheriff.
Sheriff LaRue.
Yes?
I'm Pete Johnson. I came in on the stagecoach this morning and I just wanted to introduce myself, since you seem to be in charge of this lovely town.
And what of it?
Oh, I mean, since I'm here, I thought to see if you need any help with anything. I mean, I'm very good with my hands. I heard you were building a new school.
Look, mister, I can't imagine why you'd want to help Padua in this new school, but I bet it has to do with my sister Bianca and you wanting to court her.
Oh, no. I don't want to court Miss Bianca.
She's what? What's wrong with my sister?
Well, there's nothing wrong. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bianca is a mighty fine catch for anyone, I'm sure. Just not for me. Bianca's a beautiful young lady, to be sure, but she's not my type. And I'm not here to court anyone. I'm actually a traveling salesman with the whole card out back of Lydia Lawson's Liquid Elixir. Well, I know how popular it is among the ladies' auxiliary, so I brought a couple extra bodies for anyone who's interested.
A traveling salesman? I should have known. Well, I can't stop you from peddling your goods, but you just better not do anything to break the law.
Oh, no. I know my place, Miss LaRue.
Sheriff LaRue?
Sheriff LaRue,
Kate,
yes.
you won't believe what happened. Those rotten scallywags ran off with my purse and handkerchief and locket. The locket Daddy gave me.
Who?
Charlie Wilkins, Gus Gizzard, and Horace Feathers.
Why, those no good.
Don't worry, Sheriff Kate. I know where to find them.
Deputy Joe! Deputy Joe!
What in the world's going on? Did somebody shoot someone?
Not yet. You go get the jail ready. I'm bringing in 3 conniving thieves, and that's going to be their home for a while, so you make it nice and cozy.
That's it. How does it feel, boys? Next time you try to mess with another beautiful woman,
you'll find yourself in more of the same. Give me that purse. And...
We're sorry, Miss Bianca. We're really sorry. We just want to have a little something to Miss Bianca because she sure ain't gonna marry any of us.
Yeah, and that purse don't even a 5-cent piece, much less any gold.
I'd quit talking if I were you two. Sheriff, you can take him from here.
All right, come on now.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. How dare you think you can steal from anybody in this town on my watch, much less my own sister? Deputy Joe, take them over. I'll be there in a minute. Are you all right?
I'm fine, just a little tired. I'm gonna head on home now.
Okay, I'll make sure Father knows what happens, and he'll meet you there.
You really do love your sister, don't you?
Of course I do. Anyway, thanks for your help today.
I'm very welcome, Sheriff Larue. Well, I'm gonna go over to the hotel and get settled for the night. Night.
Good night.
I saw everything from the store. Don't you worry, Sheriff Kate. You've had enough to think about tonight. I'll handle the miners once they get back into town.
Thank you, Miss Applebaum. You let me know if any of them start to get rowdy. I've got to go meet the stagecoach coming in from Placerville.
We better get going. Those miners will be back soon with their load for the day, and once they catch those sweet gold nuggets, they'll be biting.
I'm ready, Miss Applebaum. We had 3 miners stake new claim last week, and with all the payment down by the river, I'm sure we got some shiny new gold nuggets coming our way.
I got bacon and beans and tobacco, and those new hats that just arrived on the stagecoach this morning.
And I've got 2 extra scales in the back to keep the line moving.
That sounds great. I'll have Harry come and help you one of those miners. Harry, have you got those clothes on yet?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Applebaum. But I've already sold practically everybody in these little bridges in this last week. They tear them up real good digging in the mine. Who needs this repair?
Oh, he doesn't need them, but he sure is gonna get them. And he's gonna get it back. I can't stand looking at him anymore.
Sinking?
That's right. He's gonna ambush by a few friends of mine, and he's gonna need some clean clothes.
Thank you for coming all the way from Placerville. My sister Bianca is thinking about opening up a new school right here in Padua. I'm sure she would love to meet your students and talk with you.
You're very welcome, Sheriff Kate. I hear there's quite a commotion this afternoon, so we can talk all about it later if you'd like. And may I say, you've done a lot of work to help clean up this town. The children are very lucky to have you here, and we will make sure that there's a place where those children can learn.
Well, we are working on the place. We had an old barn used by the last schoolmaster, but the roof fell in during last year's storm. The new vein of gold at Johnson's Creek has made the town swell to twice its size, and I think it's time for a new school.
We brought some books to show Miss Bianca, and some slate boards too. The slate boards have a few cracks in them, but you can still write on them. We have a whole box of chocolate we can give you.
Our school has real desks and a bell that will ring at the beginning of each day. Why, you can hear it ring all the way down the valley.
It's such a beautiful sound, Sheriff Kate. You should get a bell too. And sometimes our village tavern will let the school children have their leftover soup. The white bean is my favorite. And do you know my friend Johnny says it's the only meal he gets for a day? He wouldn't believe that, but at least he has white bean soup.
Thank you, girls, for your enthusiasm. Let's get settled, and tomorrow we can talk more and show these things to Miss Bianca.
We heard that Miss Bianca is the sweetest lady in town.
Yes, and that her sister is the meanest.
Louise! Louise, you apologize right now to the sheriff for saying something like that. I'm so sorry, Miss Kate.
It's all right. I'm sure the rooms make it all the way to Placerville, so at least I'm famous.
You're Miss Bianca's sister?
That's right. That's enough, girls. Let's head over to the mercantile where we can meet Miss Bianca later.
Miss Honeycomb, have you heard the latest?
Why, no. Do tell, Miss Bethany. We heard at the ladies' auxiliary meeting today, Bobcat Larue.
Why, Miss Shirley, I was telling story to Miss Honeycomb.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
So you all know about Bobcat Larue and his decision that his oldest daughter, Sharon Kate, should be married for her younger sister, Bianca?
Now, Miss Johnson, you may well remember Bobcat Larue. Why, he's the handsomest winner in town. You know, he tipped his hat to me last Friday as I was working for the mercantile. Why? I'm quite sure he tipped his hat.
Ladies, as I was saying, in order for someone to consider marrying Kate,
Bobcat offered a dowry of 1,000 golden nuggets.
because everyone thought that no man once married that pushy loudmouth king.
Well, the impossible has happened. A stranger came into town just this morning.
His name is Pete Johnson, and he sells Lydia Lawson's liquid elixir.
Oh, I just love Lydia Lawson's liquid elixir. Remember that fierce case of hiccups I had last year?
Why, yes, and one heaping teaspoon of Lydia Lawson's liquid elixir fixed you right up. And it makes a fine furniture polish, too.
I do believe it was Miss Bethany's story, ladies.
Now, as I was saying,
Pete Johnson has agreed to court Kate LaRue. Miss Ophelia overheard Miss Lucretia, who overheard Miss Caroline, and Mr. Lawrence Stetson, who apparently will be teaching Miss Bianca Pete Johnson to woo the unruly Kate LaRue.
Sheriff Kate, have you seen Miss Bianca? We heard some hooligans tried to steal her purse. Poor sweet Bianca. How dare anyone come near her? This is a travesty.
Mr. Stetson, is it? Are you concerned with my sister? Well, you don't need to be. She's fine. You seem to have taken quite an interest in both of Bobcat LaRue's daughters. You even seem to have convinced a Mr. Pete Johnson to sweet talk a Miss Kate LaRue, and there's one decent man left here on this earth.
Now, Miss Kate, Larry didn't need to convince Mr. Johnson. Pete Johnson and Larry, they had a talk, that much was true. But Pete was the one who first told us that you were the finest lady in town.
Why should I believe that?
'Cause it's true.
And here you are, with my father, making sure you get your 1,000 gold nuggets, while you...
That's right. Bobcat LaRue did give me 1,000 gold nuggets. Right, Bobcat?
That's right, but I gave Pete Johnson those 1,000 gold nuggets to put over in the vault and used to build Padge's new schoolhouse.
I don't understand.
Well, I told Bobcat that it didn't make sense using 1,000 gold nuggets to ensure his eldest daughter got married when she should be free to decide that for herself. And then I thought, if he has 1,000 gold nuggets to spare anyway, he should use them in honor of his daughter Bianca, who wants to build a schoolhouse. And in honor of this town, they can build it. And he agreed.
So I don't have to wait to get married, and we can build a new school for me to teach in?
That's right, my sweet Bianca, and I understand there's another fine gentleman, a Mr. Lawrence King, who might want to spend a little more time here in Padge.
Lawrence? King? Like the cattle ranch?
In person.
Wow, Mr. King.
Town comes in. Here we go.
What's everybody looking at?
Stinky, is that you?
Why, yes, ma'am, but I might have to use my real name now.
Your real name?
Yes, ma'am. I've been Stinky for many years, but I have to say, I kind of like the new me. And Miss Applebaum gave me some new soap, and it smells just like a freshly scrubbed puppy in some daisy fields.
So what is your real name?
Ralph.
Ralph?
I think Stinky suits you quite best if you don't mind.
Well, I always told Gold Dust, you are the one for me.
How about it, Miss LaRue? Can I buy you a sarsaparilla?
Sure, but I better not see one bouquet of flowers.
Oh, Miss LaRue, I wouldn't even think of bringing you flowers.
Then let's see about that sarsaparilla.